The darkness of space stretched endlessly, a silent canvas dotted with stars. In this quiet void, fleets of alien ships glided like predators hunting unseen prey. The Virith Dominion, one of the most feared civilizations in the galaxy, had detected a small blue world, Earth. To them, it was insignificant, primitive, weak. High above Earth's orbit, the alien scouts transmitted their findings back to the main fleet. Their weapons are laughable, one reported in a voice that buzzed through the communication channel. They are barely able to launch rockets. Their technology is a joke. Laughter echoed among the command ships. This will be an easy conquest, the lead admiral hissed, his multifaceted eyes gleaming. We will claim this world in days, not even needing to deploy our entire fleet. Earth, of course, seemed entirely unaware. Cities sparkled with lights, satellites orbited silently, and humans carried on with their everyday lives, oblivious to the approaching doom, or so it seemed. Deep underground, far from the gaze of the alien fleet, humans were preparing. Scientists, engineers, and military officers worked in complete secrecy. Large steel doors hid enormous chambers filled with strange machines and humming engines. Monitors flickered with schematics, weapon simulations, and coded instructions. Every human knew their role, and every human knew the stakes. Meanwhile, one alien scout, smaller than the others, lingered at the edge of the fleet. Its sensors picked up something unusual, a faint energy signal coming from the Earth's satellites. The signal pulsed irregularly, unlike any normal transmission. What is this? The scout asked its commander. These humans. Their satellites are emitting strange energy readings. Something is happening, the commander waved the concern away. Humans are simple creatures. Ignore it, our victory is certain. We will arrive and take this world before they even understand what is happening. But the scout felt unease. It had seen countless worlds fall before alien hands, but the patterns coming from Earth were different, precise, calculated, intelligent. As the alien fleet moved closer to the planet, massive ships casting shadows across the stars, Earth's secret preparations accelerated. Massive cannons cloaked in energy fields were transported into position. Advanced fighter jets, capable of speeds no human had ever seen before, were fueled and armed. And most importantly, a mysterious structure, buried deep in the Earth's crust, began to hum with power, invisible from space. Back in the fleet, alien communications were filled with anticipation and mockery. The humans cannot even leave their atmosphere without our guidance, one officer sneered. They will beg for mercy before sunrise. Hours passed. The fleet entered the solar system, massive hulls glinting as they approached the blue planet. The alien commanders began mapping out their attack. Their plans were flawless, at least on paper. Then the scout's voice broke the tension again. Commander, the signals are increasing. There are multiple energy spikes. They are not natural. They are preparing something. The commander's eyes narrowed, annoyance flickering across his features. Nonsense. Prepare for landing. Victory is ours. Do not let your imagination interfere. But the scout did not move. It continued to monitor the signals. Its sensors picked up bursts of activity, faint traces of weaponry, and movement patterns that suggested organization far beyond what the aliens had expected from humans. Unbeknownst to the fleet, deep within Earth, a countdown was already running. Numbers flickered on a massive screen. Engineers checked their systems one last time. Scientists exchanged nods, understanding the gravity of what was about to unfold. This is it, one officer whispered, his eyes fixed on the timer. The moment they think they can take us, we will show them what humans are capable of. From space, the aliens saw nothing but calm seas, spinning cities, and an unassuming planet. They had no idea that every step they took was walking into a trap meticulously set by a species they had underestimated. The fleet hovered closer. Sensors and weapons activated on both sides. For the first time, a tiny shiver of doubt passed through the commanders' minds. Still, pride and arrogance held stronger than fear. They believed they had already won. The scout, now more certain than ever, sent a final report. Commander, I do not understand it fully, but these humans, they are not weak. Not at all. They are preparing something far beyond what we expected. The commander scoffed, but there was a slight tremor in his voice. We shall see, he replied. We will land. And when we do, this world will fall. Below, the countdown continued, the hum of hidden machinery growing louder with every passing second. And in the shadows, humans waited, ready to turn the galaxy's assumptions upside down. The unexpected war was about to begin. The alien fleet hovered silently above Earth, massive and threatening. Their ships blocked sunlight, casting enormous shadows over oceans and continents. From space, Earth still looked fragile, a tiny blue dot beneath the cold mechanical giants. The Virith commanders were confident. Victory seemed certain. But deep underground, in hidden bunkers far below the Earth's surface, humans were moving faster than ever. In dimly lit corridors, teams of scientists and engineers hustled from chamber to chamber. Computers hummed, wires ran like veins through walls, and strange machines glowed with an unnatural energy. Colonel Davis, a veteran of countless simulations, walked briskly along the main corridor. His boots echoed against metal floors. "Status report," he demanded, stopping in front of a large steel door. Dr. Layla Chen, the lead scientist, typed quickly on her console. "All systems are green. Weapons arrays are operational. Cloaking shields are holding. The countdown begins in T-minus 30 minutes. The colonel nodded, eyes scanning the room. "Good. How about the new fighters?" A team of engineers pushed a set of sleek black ships into the launch bay. Their design was unlike anything seen before. Angular, fast, armed with energy weapons humans had only theorized about years ago. "Ready for deployment," one engineer confirmed. "They'll hit targets before the aliens even know they are under attack." Elsewhere, in a massive underground chamber, the planet's most secret weapon hummed to life. It was enormous, buried in layers of rock and steel, invisible to satellites or alien scanners. Energy rippled along its surface, and strange glyphs on its control panels began to glow. The scientists exchanged worried glances. "This is it," whispered Dr. Chen. "Once we activate it, there's no turning back. The aliens will regret ever underestimating us." Above ground, the alien fleet continued their approach. Their scanners picked up no unusual activity. They saw no armies mobilizing, no fleets being built. Only calm, silent Earth stared back at them. "Commander," the scout reported again, its sensors still uneasy. "I'm detecting more energy pulses. They are faint, but precise. They repeat in intervals. This is unusual." The commander waved dismissively. "Humans are simple. They cannot be preparing anything that matters. We will land and take what we want." End of story, but the scout did not move. It continued to monitor, noting patterns that were too organized to be accidental. Even a small part of the alien fleet could have been destroyed if humans acted now, it realized. Back in the underground base, Colonel Davis and Dr. Chen walked together, reviewing schematics. "Every weapon, every ship, every strategy," Davis said, pointing to the holographic display, "has a counter for what we know of their fleet. But the real trick is hidden." Chen nodded. "They won't see it coming. Not until it's too late. If they thought humans were weak before, they'll be in shock." Meanwhile, young technicians worked on the final systems checks. Energy shields hummed like living creatures. Weaponry calibrated with impossible precision. Even the cloaking devices that hid Earth's newest fighters were synchronized perfectly with the planet's rotation. Outside, satellites quietly monitored the alien fleet. Every move they made was recorded, every formation mapped, every weak point noted. Humans were learning the aliens' strategy faster than the aliens could imagine. As the clock ticked down, tension rose in the underground corridors. Engineers whispered, scientists exchanged nods, and soldiers loaded weapons in silence. It was the calm before a storm. "Colonel, the countdown is at 10 minutes, a technician said, voice trembling slightly. "Everything is ready," Davis exhaled slowly. "Good, once we start, there's no turning back. The aliens think they've already won. Let's make them regret it." Up above, one alien scout finally realized something. "Commander, the humans. They are not idle. Something is happening. I don't know what it is, but they are far from weak." The commander laughed. "Ha, imagination again. Focus on the landing. Nothing they do will matter." But doubt had entered even the hearts of the proud Virith Dominion. The scout's warnings repeated in the minds of a few, whispering a dangerous thought. What if they have underestimated humans? Completely? Inside the hidden base, the final seconds of the countdown began. Numbers ticked down on massive screens. A low hum filled the chambers, growing louder with every second. Soldiers braced themselves, gripping weapons. Scientists prepared final inputs. Engineers tightened last bolts. 3, 2, 1. Silence fell for a brief heartbeat. And then deep underground, the hidden weapon activated. A pulse of energy shot through the planet's crust, invisible to the alien eyes above. Satellites recorded anomalies. Alien scanners detected faint but unusual readings, but too late to understand. The unexpected war had begun. Earth was... The Virith fleet hovered above Earth, massive shadows stretching across oceans and cities below. From the alien command ships, Earth looked fragile, a small blue world waiting to be claimed. The commanders had planned everything. They believed humans could not fight back, that resistance would be minimal, and victory was assured. But humans had already begun their first strike. Deep underground, the countdown had ended and hidden weapons activated. Energy pulses rippled through the planet's surface, reaching the skies unseen but deadly. Cloaked fighter ships emerged from secret bays, streaking silently toward the enemy fleet. They moved with precision, almost invisible against the stars, armed with energy weapons that humans had designed in secret. "Target the scouts first," Colonel Davis ordered. "Hit fast and retreat before they can react." The fighters obeyed. In the blink of an eye, alien scout ships exploded into shards of metal and fire. Communications on the alien fleet crackled in confusion. "What is this?" one officer shouted. "Scouts destroyed in seconds." How is this possible?" The fleet commander's multifaceted eyes narrowed. "Impossible. Humans cannot have this kind of weaponry. They are weak, primitive. This must be a mistake." But it wasn't a mistake. Humans had prepared for this. Every ship, every system, every weapon had been tested in simulations. Every move the aliens made had already been anticipated. On the surface, hidden cannons fired silently from fortified positions, striking alien vessels with pinpoint accuracy. Energy beams cut through alien hulls, melting metal and disabling weapons. Alien pilots scrambled, their confidence shaken for the first time. The scout, the same one that had warned its commander earlier, reported frantically, "Commander!" Their attacks, coordinated, precise. "These humans are attacking in patterns we cannot predict." The commander roared in anger. "Do not overreact. Destroy the humans." But the fleet's formation was already breaking. Smaller ships exploded, larger vessels took damage, and the sense of invincibility that had dominated the alien ranks began to crumble. Back in the underground base, Colonel Davis watched the feed of alien ships burning in space. "Phase 1 complete," he said, his voice calm but tense. "They think they know us. They do not." Dr. Chen glanced at the monitor, showing the energy signature of the hidden superweapon. "Phase 2 begins soon," she said. "They won't know what hit them." Meanwhile, panic spread among the alien fleet. Communications were filled with confusion and fear. "We underestimated them," one officer screamed. "These creatures, they are not weak." The scout that had warned the commander earlier observed silently, almost in awe. "They are intelligent, dangerous beyond measure," it admitted. The aliens tried to regroup, sending larger ships to attack the humans' positions. But every move was anticipated. Hidden Earth-based defenses struck back immediately. Fighters emerged from cloaked positions, striking with deadly precision. Alien ships that thought they were safe were suddenly surrounded. Explosions filled the void of space as one ship after another was torn apart. "The humans," whispered one young alien officer, fear creeping into its voice. "They are not what we expected. They are stronger." Colonel Davis walked along the command center, watching as the alien fleet struggled to respond. "They called us weak," he muttered almost to himself. "They will learn their mistake." High above Earth, the largest of the alien command ships began firing its main weapons. Beams of energy tore through the atmosphere, striking at hidden facilities and cities. But humans had predicted this. Shielding systems activated instantly, redirecting the energy harmlessly into space. The aliens' attacks failed to land any significant damage. The scout, watching helplessly, reported again. "Commander, they are ready for everything. No attack succeeds. Their defenses, everything is perfect," the commander growled, frustration burning in its eyes. "Prepare for landing anyway. We will crush them on the ground if we must." But the humans were ready for that too. Underground forces mobilized and hidden battalions moved into position, ready to strike anywhere the aliens might attempt a landing. Humans had prepared traps, hidden artillery, and advanced vehicles ready to overwhelm any invading force. Colonel Davis turned to Dr. Chen. "Phase 1 worked exactly as we planned. Now it's time to show them Phase 2. The weapon they can't see, the one they'll never forget. The first strike had shocked the alien fleet. Their confidence shattered and fear began to creep into their ranks. For the first time, a civilization that had never failed in centuries of conquest faced something they did not understand. Humans, a species they had mocked as weak and primitive, were turning the tables, and the real surprise, the hidden weapon buried deep within Earth, was still waiting. The unexpected war had begun, but the galaxy was only seeing the beginning. Humans were ready, and the aliens were about to realize that underestimating them was a mistake that could cost everything. The alien fleet hovered in confusion, massive ships struggling to maintain formation as smaller human fighters darted in and out, striking with precision. The Virith commanders had never faced an opponent like this. They had assumed humans were weak, primitive, and unorganized. But the first strike had shattered that illusion. Deep underground, Colonel Davis watched the holographic display of the battlefield. "They're panicking," he said quietly, eyes scanning alien movements. Phase 1 worked perfectly. Now it's time for Phase 2, the turning point. Dr. Layla Chen nodded. "Everything is ready. All our hidden ships, advanced weapons, and energy shields are synchronized. They won't know what hit them." Above the Earth, hidden human warships uncloaked suddenly, massive in size and unlike anything the aliens had ever seen. Sleek black hulls glimmered in the sunlight. Energy beams crackled along their edges. Alien scanners went wild. What is this?" one officer cried. "These ships, they are not primitive. They are advanced," the fleet commander growled. "Impossible. These humans, they are weak. This cannot be real." But reality was undeniable. Humans had revealed technology centuries ahead of anything in the alien fleet. Fighters armed with concentrated energy weapons tore through alien ships, targeting weak points the aliens didn't even know existed. Shielded warships absorbed attacks effortlessly, striking back with devastating force. On the ground, hidden artillery systems fired silently, reaching alien ships with impossible accuracy. Cannons mounted on mountains and underground bunkers tracked enemy movements, hitting targets before the aliens could react. The scout, still observing, reported frantically, "Commander, they predicted our moves. Every single one. Their attacks are coordinated on a level I cannot calculate." Panic rippled through the fleet. Ships that had once moved confidently were now scattered. Communications buzzed with fear. "We are losing control," one officer shouted. "They are too fast. Too smart." The commander banged a clawed hand against the console. "Focus, use the heavy cannons. Destroy them!" But the heavy cannons failed. Humans had anticipated this. Energy shields absorbed every blast, converting alien power into harmless radiation. Fighters flanked alien warships, striking from angles that seemed impossible. Deep within the largest human ship, Colonel Davis and Dr. Chen monitored the destruction. "They never saw this coming," Chen said, a faint smile on her lips. "Every step, every strike. Calculated perfectly," the alien scout whispered, almost in disbelief. "These humans, they are not just strong, they are intelligent. Their strategy, their technology, but they are dangerous." The Virith commanders realized their earlier assumption, humans as weak and primitive, was entirely wrong. Confidence turned to fear. Fear turned to desperation. Alien fleets tried to regroup, sending reinforcements, but humans anticipated each attack. Cloaked human ships appeared suddenly behind enemy lines, striking command vessels and creating chaos. On the surface, humans unleashed more hidden weapons. Energy beams from underground facilities struck alien vessels, melting armor and disabling engines. The aliens had no way to defend against attacks coming from multiple unexpected angles. The scout, now terrified, reported, "Commander, they are everywhere. Their defenses, their attacks, we cannot predict them. They are beyond anything we imagined." The commander's eyes narrowed. "Concentrate on their command center. Destroy it, and perhaps we can salvage this operation." But even that plan was futile. Humans had protected key locations with impenetrable shields. Advanced stealth ships moved unseen, striking vital systems without warning. The alien morale began to crumble. Officers whispered of retreat. Pilots panicked. Colonel Davis watched the alien fleet's confusion with satisfaction. "They thought they had all the power," he muttered. "But we've already turned the tide." Dr. Chen glanced at the countdown for the next phase. "And the final weapon, the one they cannot detect. will seal their defeat. In space, the alien scout finally admitted aloud, "They are not weak, they are unstoppable." Above Earth, the Virith fleet now faced a horrifying truth. The humans they had mocked, laughed at, and underestimated were no longer defenseless. Every attack the aliens had planned failed. Every move they made was anticipated. Humans had turned the tables completely. And yet, the most terrifying revelation for the aliens was still hidden, an ultimate weapon, deep within Earth, waiting to strike when the time was perfect. For the first time in centuries, a Virith commander felt fear, not just for themselves, but for the survival. The alien fleet hovered in chaos, massive ships spinning to avoid the relentless strikes of human forces. Their confidence had evaporated, replaced by fear and confusion. The Virith commanders had underestimated humanity. Now they were paying the price. Deep underground, Colonel Davis watched the battlefield unfold on the holographic displays. "Every move we predicted is happening exactly as planned," he said, voice steady but tense. "Phase 3 begins now. Focus on precision, hit their weak points, and keep them off balance." Dr. Layla Chen nodded. "The traps are ready. Our hidden artillery, cloaked ships, and energy pulses are synchronized. Every strike they take will be calculated to maximize confusion and fear." Above Earth, human fighters streaked across the sky, invisible to alien sensors until it was too late. Energy beams struck enemy warships from unexpected angles, disabling engines and breaking formations. Cloaked human ships emerged suddenly behind alien lines, cutting communications and destroying key command vessels. The aliens struggled to respond. "We must adapt," one officer shouted. "Target the human surface bases." But the humans had anticipated this. Hidden cannons fired silently from fortified positions on mountains and underground bunkers, striking alien ships with surgical accuracy. Beams of energy melted hulls before the aliens could even aim their weapons. The scout that had warned the commander earlier whispered in shock, "They know our moves before we make them. Every attack, every maneuver. They are prepared." The fleet commander slammed a clawed hand on the console. "Focus! Destroy their weapons! Strike anything that moves!" But every strike was countered. Humans had mapped the alien fleet's every weakness. Advanced sensors predicted enemy paths, and energy shields deflected or absorbed attacks. It was as if Earth itself was alive, guiding human strategy with intelligence and precision. On the ground, more hidden human ships emerged from underground bays. Massive black warships armed with energy cannons and cloaking technology tore through alien formations. Fighters escorted them, striking smaller vessels with deadly efficiency. Colonel Davis observed the destruction, calm but determined. "They called us weak," he murmured. "Now they see our strength. Every strike they make only plays into our hands." Dr. Chen adjusted a holographic display, showing multiple alien formations collapsing. "They won't know what hit them," she said. "By the time they regroup, it will be too late." The humans have already planned the next phase. Alien pilots panicked, trying to flee. But human ships cut off escape routes. The aliens' largest warships, previously untouchable, were now vulnerable to hidden human weapons and precise strikes. Energy beams carved through shields and hulls, forcing ships to retreat in flames. The scout, its voice trembling, reported again, "Commander, they are everywhere. Our fleet is breaking. We cannot predict their next move. They are beyond anything we imagined." The commander growled, frustration and fear evident in every movement. "Concentrate all power on their command ship. Destroy it, and perhaps we can salvage this mission." But even the command ship was no longer safe. Human fighters had already surrounded it, striking critical systems with accuracy that defied comprehension. The alien fleet's morale collapsed. Officers argued, pilots panicked, and chaos reigned. Deep underground, Colonel Davis and Dr. Chen prepared the final stage. "Now comes the ultimate weapon," Davis said. "It's hidden, undetectable, and it will finish what we started. The aliens will not see it coming." Chen's fingers hovered over the controls. "All systems green. Once we activate it, there will be no stopping the strike. The Virith Dominion will learn that underestimating humans is fatal." Above Earth, the alien fleet tried to mount a desperate counterattack. Energy beams shot toward hidden bases, trying to destroy human positions. But every assault failed. Shields held. Energy pulses deflected attacks. Cloaked ships struck back from angles the aliens could not even calculate. The scout, now filled with dread, whispered, "Commander, they are not just strong. They are intelligent, strategic, and unstoppable. We are losing everything. The commander's eyes narrowed, rage burning in their depths. We will not lose. Send reinforcements. Strike harder. But the reinforcements were already trapped. Humans had anticipated them, creating invisible corridors of attack where any movement by the aliens could be countered instantly. The alien ships that had entered these corridors were systematically destroyed. Colonel Davis observed the final stage of their strategy taking shape. Every strike, every trap, every hidden weapon, they are all connected. The aliens will realize too late that they cannot win. The scout, now silent, watched in disbelief. These humans, they turned the battle into a game they control. Every piece on the board is theirs. And Earth's hidden ultimate weapon, still undetected by the aliens, hummed with power beneath the planet's crust. Its energy pulses synced with every strike humans made above, making the human strategy unstoppable. The alien fleet was no longer attacking. They were defending, and even in defense they were losing. Confidence had been shattered. Morale had collapsed. The Vireth Dominion had underestimated humans, and that mistake was costing them everything. The humans' strategy was flawless. Every step, every calculation, every strike had been anticipated and executed perfectly. The alien fleet could do nothing but watch as their forces were torn apart, one ship at a time. And yet, the ultimate weapon, the one hidden deep below the surface, had not even been revealed. The Vireth Dominion would soon learn the full extent of humanity's power. The tide of war had turned completely. Humans, the species they once mocked, were now the masters of the battlefield. The aliens had no idea what was coming next. The unexpected war was far from over. But one thing was clear. Humanity had turned the tables completely. The Vireth fleet hovered in desperation above Earth, their massive ships battered, damaged, and scattered. The alien commanders had never faced an opponent like this. Every plan, every strategy, every move they had prepared for centuries had failed. Humans were no longer the species they had mocked. They were unstoppable. Deep underground, Colonel Davis watched the displays with calm determination. They think they can fight back, he said, voice low. But the real surprise is about to hit. Dr. Layla Chen typed rapidly on her console. All systems are ready. The ultimate weapon is online. Its energy pulses are synchronized with the battlefield. When we strike, nothing will stop it. Above Earth, human ships streaked across the sky, cloaked and untouchable. Fighters struck alien vessels with deadly precision, disabling weapons, engines, and shields. Hidden cannons fired silently, energy beams melting hulls instantly. Every move the aliens made was anticipated, countered, and punished. The alien scout, watching helplessly, whispered, "Commander, their power, their intelligence, it is beyond anything we imagined. We cannot survive this," the fleet commander growled, its many eyes narrowing. "We will not be defeated. Concentrate all firepower on Earth's surface. Destroy the humans' command centers." But even as the aliens fired, human shields held strong. Energy fields absorbed every blast, dispersing the destructive power harmlessly into space. Cloaked warships emerged from hidden positions, striking from impossible angles, and alien ships began to explode in the void, one after another. Colonel Davis walked along the command center, watching the destruction unfold. "They called us weak," he muttered, "and now they see the truth. Humanity is not to be underestimated." Dr. Chen's fingers hovered over the console controlling the ultimate weapon, deep beneath Earth's crust. "Ready," she said softly. "When we activate it, the Vireth fleet will face their final judgment." The countdown began. Numbers flickered across massive screens. Energy in the underground chamber grew, pulsing like a living heartbeat. Soldiers braced, engineers monitored systems, and scientists held their breath. Up in space, the alien fleet attempted to regroup, sending their largest and most powerful ships to strike Earth. But it was too late. Hidden sensors tracked every movement. Cloaked human ships intercepted the reinforcements, striking with perfect precision. Alien ships melted under energy beams, their weapons useless, their shields overwhelmed. "Commander, we are losing everything," the scout cried. "The humans, they are unstoppable." The commander's claws slammed against the console in fury. "Activate the superweapon. Strike them now!" It was too late. From beneath Earth, the ultimate weapon unleashed its power. A massive pulse of energy surged upward, invisible but devastating. Alien ships were ripped apart as energy beams struck key points. Engines melted and shields collapsed. The alien fleet had no defense. In space, chaos erupted. Ships exploded in fire and metal. Communications failed. Commanders shouted orders, but no one could respond fast enough. The humans had turned the battlefield into their trap, controlling every move, every strike, every outcome. The scout, trembling, whispered, They are gods of war. We cannot fight them. Colonel Davis observed the scene calmly.
Phase final.
The aliens are finished. The humans have turned the tables completely. Dr. Chen nodded. The galaxy will remember this day. They thought we were weak, primitive, powerless. They were wrong. Above Earth, the last alien ships attempted to escape, but human fighters blocked every exit, striking from hidden positions, cutting off any hope of retreat. Ships exploded one by one, engines failing, weapons destroyed. The Virith Domini,